thousands away, overthink, ask you questions, leave you on the brink. What's the point of existence? Welcome back to Brains Unpicked.
Hello and welcome back to Brains Unpicked. I'm Rose.
I'm Zoe.
And as per usual, we are two 20-something-year-olds who chronically overthink, spiral by everything, and you come along for the journey with us. And this week, we're 21.
No, we're not. We're 22.
What?
Yes.
What? Oh my god.
Last episode was episode 21.
That's how quick life
life
starts
just comes
moving.
at you. All of a
The
sudden
years
you're 22.
start coming and they don't stop coming. Okay, we're 22.
I've hit every microphone I can. Perfect.
Oh man, we're having a great start.
We're doing
guys.
well. We're doing
but
well.
do you know what? We're just gonna get on with things. How are you, Zoe?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm all right.
The world's whirling.
Aye, and
That's...
big wheels keep on turning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Proud Mary keeps on burning.
And we're rolling.
Yeah, pretty much. There's not been a lot happening. I'm about to
just
go
the usual.
on my holly bags.
For 2 weeks.
Yes, I have 2 weeks off. I mean, I say holly bags as if I'm like going anywhere exciting. I'm just going home, but got exciting plans. Get to see my friends. I'm excited to see them.
Cute, yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to it. Gonna be
Anything
good.
specifically you're going home for?
Got a hen do, couple of gigs, and I'm also taking my cousin to Anime Con.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Actually, whilst this episode comes
Yeah.
out, I will have been to the hen do. I'll be at the hen do actually when this
Okay.
episode comes out. No, I won't.
Just telling lies.
I'm completely lying. I'll have come back from my holidays by the time this episode comes out. When the last episode, when you're listening to the last episode, just you won't hear that because I've messed this all up. I've royally messed this up, and I'm just going to move on as if it didn't happen.
I think so.
Great.
Shall we cut back? So you're going to Anime Con.
Yes.
Are you cosplaying? Zoe?
No, I'm not cosplaying. I know nothing about anime, nor do I know Anime Con. But my cousin likes anime, and my aunt asked if I want to go with them, and I said, yeah, that sounds funny.
That does sound funny.
And therefore I'm going. I did look it up though, and they've got like different video game sections and stuff, so I might just abandon them and just go play a video game.
Yeah, you were telling me, is there not like origami workshops?
Oh, yeah, I think so apparently. So I'm like, maybe I'll just go. He can run about to all the stalls and I'll go make origami and get raging at myself.
Sounds good to me. Well, maybe not the raging part.
But I don't think
it's gonna happen, is
Yeah.
it? Yeah. But that sounds fun. While you're doing that, I'll be here and I'll be at work. So
Well, you're going away.
for 2 days.
Where are you going?
Glasgow.
Are you?
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
we're going Glasgow at the same time.
Yeah.
That's the day I'm at Anime Con.
Is it?
This Saturday.
Really? Oh, that's I'm at a concert.
What are you seeing?
I'm going to see Alanis Morissette.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
It'll be good. I saw
I
her a
didn't
couple of
realise
years
that was
ago.
why you were down.
Yeah.
Well, we will be in the same city at the same
Oh
time.
my god, will our paths cross?
No.
Probably not. No.
No.
Oh well. Yeah, but it's not quite the same, is it? 2 weeks or 2 days? And it's at the weekend, so it's technically not a holiday.
Yeah,
It's just,
okay,
it's
fair.
just my days off.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but have you got a minor inconvenience for us today?
Man, have I been minorly inconvenienced.
Oh, let it out.
I broke my glasses at the gym the other week.
My glasses!
My glasses. My glasses. I was sat on a step while my friend was doing the leg press. They angled it, boring. Anyway, and we were just talking to my PT, and my glasses just snapped in front of me. But 5 minutes before, I'd said to them, "Oh, I really want to go and get my glasses tightened because they feel really loose."
Yeah.
And then, like, literally 5 minutes later, the leg just fell off.
Wait, were they on your face?
They were on my face. Like,
and they just snapped?
and it just snapped off. Like, it wasn't as if I was like messing about. They were genuinely on my face. I don't know if I pushed them up and the leg fell off, but the leg just fell off, and I just went, I can't drive home with this. So I had to tape them. The PT had to go and get tape, and I had to tape up my glasses in the gym.
Listen, I have great sympathy for this. However,
red tape around the glasses.
Yeah, that's awful.
And I had to drive, and I could see it out the corner of it. That was more the minor inconvenience, was I could see the tape, and then I had to super glue them when I got home. And they're still not They're not very secure, but they haven't broken again since.
Wait till you hear about what happened with the super glue.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. So I was super gluing the glasses, and bear in mind, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see very well. And I don't know what happened, but like I glued them, I turned round, and there was super glue on my lip, there was super glue on my teeth, and then my middle finger was super glued to my hand. And like all I did was do a 180.
Yeah.
And I was just like, right, how's that happened then? And then I had to try and remove super glue from my teeth.
And how did you do that?
I failed it. I did.
Of course you did, yeah.
I did grab a nail file
Yeah.
and file the glue off my hand. And well, I tried to pick it first and and then I just got a file and filed a bit of it. It was fine. The lip one was actually the least painful. That just peeled right off like a lip mask. It was actually like.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I've heard Zoe tell this story a couple of times already, and every time that I've borne witness to it, I have had great pleasure in saying, "Did they stop just because your legs fell off?"
Oh, the glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So destroying.
Yeah, that
I had
is
to do an
rough.
exercise with
And they're
with no
not-
glasses on.
They're not old glasses, are they?
I got them like a year ago.
Yeah, that's
think.
quite new for
Or,
glasses.
yeah. I got them whilst I've been living up here, so that's in the last year and a half. But it is what it is. I've got a fat head. So that's that.
Well, there you go. That is. I'd say that's more of a major inconvenience if
No,
you're.
it'd be a major inconvenience if I had to buy new glasses, but I didn't have to buy new
Well,
glasses. I
yeah.
just had to super glue them.
Yeah, but they could fall apart. Yeah,
Shut your mouth.
I'm not manifesting it, but they could.
Right.
Okay, well, my minor inconvenience happened today. Today, and there's well, it's a combination of things. It was more of like a sequence of events. There's one in here right now, and you mentioned how it was winding you up.
Yeah.
There's a fly in here, right? There has been flies in my flat
Hey, you're
all
smelly.
morning. No. Probably.
No,
Probably.
it's not me.
It could be me. Yeah. This is a time of year you need the windows open for a bit.
Yeah.
So I had the windows open. I've been like cooking all morning and flies have been coming in. I got really wound up at a fly this morning and I thought, you need to go. Do you know what? I wouldn't be bothered about flies if it weren't for that noise that they make.
I can't handle the buzzing noises that
Yeah,
come from animals,
like
bugs. So, bugs don't particularly bother me,
Yeah.
but the noises that they
Yeah.
make do.
Like if they were silent, I wouldn't be arsed about them at all. But it's that noise. And I lost a little bit of my shit this morning.
Did you have a crash out over a fly?
I did. I've had several crash outs over a fly today, but this morning I was trying to like shoo it out of the window. I was trying to like catch it or something. It wasn't going. It wouldn't be caught. And eventually I thought, well, you have to die then. And it was against the window.
So awkward. You have to.
Well,
die
you have
then.
to. I'm trying to help it.
You have to die. You have to die. Right now, you have to die.
Exactly. Like I've been trying to help it. I've been trying to free it. It wasn't accepting my help. So death to you, I say. And for some reason, I smacked it, but I smacked it with like the back of my hand against the window, and I had to do that
You
several
backhanded
times.
a fly?
Yeah, I probably bruised there'd probably
You're
be
a
a bruise
murderer.
on it, probably. And then they just kept. I think it was like wasps, and that more just appeared.
They were after you.
Probably.
You killed a very, very important fly.
Probably the
VIF.
probably the kingpin fly, but it had to go, and then this is all morning this noise, and it was really winding me up. And then I got to the point where I was like, I'm taking the bin out because it's bin day tomorrow, and I was already slightly ragey about the flies. I'd been cooking for ages. I had to do the dishes. No, I'd just done the dishes. You know how I feel about dishes. Went to take the bin bag out, and see when I bought these bin bags. Something about me went, I don't think you should buy those ones. I fucking bought them anyway, and I picked up the bin bag, by the handles to lift it out and tie it. And what does one of the handles do? Just comes clean off. And then I thought, I wonder if I can still like tie a bit of that. No, it just kept ripping further and further down. So now I don't know how I'm going to get my bin bag out of the bin. So there's probably going to, the longer the bin bag stays there, there's probably going to be more flies making more noise.
This has deeply impacted you.
It has.
This is no... You thought that mine was a major inconvenience. The expression in your tone suggests this is a major...
It's not even a major inconvenience, though.
Are you
but
sure?
why are they targeting me? I just want peace in my own home.
Do you think that they're targeting you because you turned around and said death to them?
I wouldn't have said death to them if that one hadn't been so annoying.
It just takes one person
you know what?
to unleash a murderer.
I don't like spiders, but why is there no spiders to get rid of the flies? Where's the old lady when you need her?
Well, that's the whole time that you've been speaking about flies, I've been thinking about that lady.
Yeah.
I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Maybe she'll die.
Well, she did die in the end, I suppose.
Yeah, she
so
swallowed a
she's-
spider
yeah.
to eat the fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Maybe she'll die.
Yeah.
What did she eat after the spider? Was that a cat?
No, she
Was that a bird?
swallowed a bird to catch the spider.
I don't know why.
No, did she? Yeah, it could have been a worm. No, I think it was a bird. And then after the bird, she swallowed a cat. And then
And
after the cat, she swallowed a
a
dog. And then it goes on and on and on. I mean, what a foolish woman. She should have just backhanded the fly against the window.
I want to. Yeah, that's what she should have done. What I want to know is how she was eating these things, because as a child, and actually up until this very moment, I just imagined she was just one
Yeah,
gulp,
like-
because they were trying to get that. But
Yeah.
now I'm like, did she just kill them? Did she just like eating odd meat?
No, she was definitely eating them alive because their purpose was to catch the other thing.
Yeah,
She was eating an alive cat.
but we can't unhinge our jaws the same way that a snake does.
Maybe she could. Maybe she was half woman, half snake. Which
Maybe.
really, yeah.
Reptilians and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a buzzing in my ear right
There
now. Not a
is.
fly buzzing, but a ringing.
Oh.
Yeah, do you not get that every now and then? Like
Sometimes,
the world
yeah.
just rings, and I'm just like,
And then that makes me worry that I've got tinnitus.
we got our first hate
Oh
comment.
my god, yes!
We did.
Guys, we've officially made it as a podcast.
It was in our minor inconvenience
Yeah.
section, and it was me ranting about nothing, and the comment was 2 minutes of absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
That was the point.
I think we should name and thank them. Who was it?
That is the literal point of this podcast.
Yeah.
There is no... That's what we're doing here. If we were going to be an actual thought-provoking podcast, it wouldn't be us hosting it.
It was at Ty Skevo. Wow.
Cheers, babe.
2 minutes of complaining about nothing.
Yep.
Thanks, Ty. We love you. We've been begging.
That's what
for
minor
this.
convenience is,
Yeah.
Ty.
Yeah.
Glad that you picked up on that.
What a positive attitude on life you must have.
I
Never
know.
complain about anything.
Do not everyone
In
complain
fact-
about nothing?
In fact, you could say that him having to listen to us talking about our minor inconvenience was a minor inconvenience for him. And you know what he did? He complained about it.
Funny. And also, thanks, because you watched a full 2 minutes, so cheers for the attention.
Exactly.
Thank
We've
you.
made it. We
Thank
are
you.
officially a proper podcast now.
Love you.
Took 21 episodes. Well, 21
Yeah,
episodes.
21 episodes.
Yeah.
No, 20 technically. That was on episode 20.
Yes. But here we are.
Hated on, as
Yeah.
we should be.
Next stop, cancellation.
It's imminent. It's in the post.
That just reminded me as well. My friend was telling me the other day that she had a dream that she was walking down Aberdeen Beach, right? And Tom Cruise was there.
Awful.
Yeah. And he came a walk with her and he wouldn't leave her alone. And she was like he was
not
like
fair.
he kept she kept trying to go in opposite directions and he kept just following her and coming a walk with her, and he was like really intense and talking to her the whole time. She was just like, Tom, I just wanted to go a walk by myself. But she got to the end of the beach and we were like, she was walking along, you know, the second level. This is anyone who knows Aberdeen Beach, but she was walking, her and Tom were walking on the second level, but when they got to the end, down on the beach, we were there, and it was because we'd set the whole thing up for the podcast, and Tom Cruise was a guest on the podcast.
Stop.
Yeah.
Our podcast has made people's dreams now.
Yes, apparently. I
Is
can't
that a
believe I forgot to tell you.
nightmare, or is that
Maybe,
dream?
probably, because she was like, why is he just following me everywhere?
That is funny.
Yeah, it hadn't been. I think she'd watched Mission Impossible, the latest Mission Impossible again, so that had probably inspired
That's funny.
that.
I like
But
that.
yeah, apparently one day we're going to make it really big and have...
Tom Cruise walking along the
Yeah.
beach and enjoying our podcast.
Yeah. Why we were doing a special episode on the beach, I don't know. Maybe it was a way to do a stunt or something.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
But hey ho, that's us.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah, we've made it into Dream World.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at us. We're trying
Yeah.
our best.
We are.
Clicks for the girls. Wow.
I know. Should we move on?
Yeah, let's unpick some brains. My brains unpicked is I think that family dynamics are really interesting, and I think they're really silly, and I think they're really funny.
Yeah.
And I am my father's daughter through and through. Like, for example, yesterday I said that I was not going to buy a garden stripper. I nearly said stripper. A garden stripper.
Garden
Well,
stripper.
Paige grows up in the garden. My dad wouldn't say that. Anyway, so maybe we had, I don't know. Moving on. My dad doesn't listen to this. We're fine. So, yesterday the sun was out, and in true dad fashion, I decided to go and buy myself a garden trimmer, start to cut the grass. Then I went to my friend's house. I borrowed a saw and a drill from someone because I don't have my own hut full of tools. Which I now
why
want.
did you need a saw?
Wait for this. So I text one of my friends, like, can I borrow a saw and a drill because I know you'll have one. They did. They gave me options. It was great. So I then drove to my other friend's house. We wrapped up a mattress, and she had a double bed frame that she wanted to get rid of because she was going to hire a van, and I went, no hires of vans, we get it in car. And she was like, no. But to confirm that we could get it in the car, I spoke to my dad. My dad was like, yes, you can. And I was like, yeah, I can. I am my father's daughter.
Wait.
So just listen to the story, Rose.
No, but I need to understand what kind of mattress this was to understand how you could roll it up.
Just like a normal mattress.
And you rolled that up.
Yeah, and then we tied it with string, and then we cling filmed it. So that
My
it could
mind
go in
is
the back
blown.
in the car.
My mind is blown. I would
You
never.
can roll up most mattresses.
Can you?
Lots of mattresses arrive vacuum sealed.
Yes,
rolled
but
up.
not most of them.
Most of them. What one wouldn't? But it was like a memory foam type one.
Oh, well, so a memory foam
but
mattress, a mattress with springs.
Mine
wouldn't
has
roll
springs and I can roll it up. Yeah, anyway, not the point of the story.
I mean, it was an important detail.
It's
to
not
me,
an
but
important
okay.
detail, but okay. So the headboard of the bed was an issue because she was like, that's why I want the van because we can't get in the car. And I went, surely we can just saw it. And she was like, no. And I was like, yes. So we got a saw and we indeed did saw it and then like snap it in half. I sawed it. Snapped it in half.
I knew it would be you.
And then put it into the boot of the car. Then we done a dump run. Then we went to my house, and then my bed has been broken because the slats keep falling off it because it's not even that it's an old bed. It's just that it's a cheap bed. So like over time, I have dismantled this bed so many times, and you're not really supposed to do that. So it's just gubbed, right? So the slats keep falling off. So I just borrowed the drill and just bought screws and screwed all the slats onto the bed. I have never felt so powerful in all my life. And I was like, this is how my dad feels. And to confirm that I am my father's daughter, he then texted me this morning saying, how did you get on sawing things? And I went, bloody brilliant, Dad. And now I can't stop thinking about the fact that I need a hut that could be my perfect craft room with all these power tools and like. And isn't it so interesting that you're just a replication of someone slightly older than you?
Yeah.
Like you look at my family and it is so obvious the traits that I have picked up from other family members.
Yeah.
Or like the traits that my sister's picked up from other family members and things like that. It is so evident in the way, and I suppose like that's like obviously you're in, but it's that thing of nature versus nurture. Are you naturally that way, or is that something that you've been nurtured into? I have very much been nurtured into a masculine energy that is like, I can do that and I will do that. Do I do it well? No. I don't have the execution skills
Right.
to do things well.
You
But
just-
I absolutely
Yeah.
do give it a good try and have a great time. Like, I went full... Like, if you were to look at gender roles, I went full man yesterday. I was like, give me the power tools, give me the garden trimmer. That only could manage to cut half the garden because... because I didn't have an extension cable long enough to get the full garden.
Harrowing.
So I need to deal with that. That's a spanner in the works until I go and borrow someone's big extension cable. But minor things. So who are you most like?
I am nothing if not my father's daughter as well. It just, like we were speaking about this because my dad would probably self-identify as a grumpy old man.
Well,
right?
We'll find out because your dad does listen to the
does.
podcast.
Eric,
hi.
Comment. He loves nothing more than a grumble, right?
Yeah.
And somehow I have just become that. He also used to as a teenager, he used to like really not get annoyed, but he'd always point out like how pedantic I was about things. Like when someone would say something, I'd be like, well, actually. But he is exactly like that, and I don't think he realised for a long time until he started doing it, and I would point it out and be like, just FYI, if I was the one who said that, you would have been like, well, actually. So yeah, I've definitely, I think there's probably a bit of my mum in there as well, but like it's,
so
I am nothing if not Eric's daughter.
Yeah, I am definitely my father's daughter. We used to really not get on because of that. Like when we lived together, it was really, really difficult because my mum would just be like, you two are too alike. Because all we wanted to do was wind each other up, but none of us could take it, particularly me. I can't take it.
Yeah.
And my dad really likes the fish hook and reeling you in once he pisses you off, and then that makes me even angrier. And I'm like, oh my God, I am literally, I am a more opinionated, sociable version of my dad. Like my dad's not a very social man. He is once he gets a drink in him, but in general he's not very. So I am just like a more sociable version of my dad.
Yeah.
And Saskia growing up was very much like my mum. Not anymore. Not anymore. But was like, because she's like fiery. She's like, and like there was always like them screaming at each other. And it's just so interesting that like regardless. But like I want to know is like if you took someone away, if someone didn't have those specific parents, would they still be like those parents? So like I know like genetically you can look at them, but it's interesting to be like, if I wasn't raised in the same house as my mum and dad, would I still be like my dad? Or is that nurture thing of like, well, that's your learning environment and that's why you become more like that person rather than it just being innately in you?
Yeah, I know that
and
is
I think that's interesting,
yeah.
like family personality traits and dynamics and things like that, because obviously you are your own person. But...
Yeah. Have you ever seen that documentary? I mean, this isn't specifically what you're talking about, but have you ever seen that documentary of there was triplets that got split up and they all found each other randomly?
Yeah.
And it was a social experiment of like one got put with a really wealthy family who wanted for nothing but didn't necessarily get like loving parents, and one got put with a family that had very little and then one just had like loads of issues.
That was
and,
really
like,
sad
though,
because
awful.
one of them passed away, didn't they? Yeah.
But it was like, one, how could you do that to anybody? But also very interesting how they all turned out.
But also like in terms of the psychological testing for that, what's their variable in terms of like they didn't have like 6 children so they could have the 3 other kids with the actual parents and things like that. Like it was it's unethical is what it was.
Oh, absolutely.
And they done it with more than just these 3
there was
people.
loads of them.
So I suppose that's what they would think that their variable is that they done it with lots of different twins and triplets in that area. But like, whereas the one that stays with
the family.
I can't remember what that's called.
Yeah.
I should, because I did study social science and studied psychology, so I should know what this is, but it has escaped my brain.
It's all right. People forget things.
But it is interesting.
Yeah.
So psychology experiments are so interesting. Have you ever seen the one, the Bandura doll one?
No, I don't know
So
what that is.
not the Bandura doll, it was a Bobo doll, but it was by Bandora. And so the Bobo doll, like, you know, the thing with the dots, it was like the big guy, the big Bobo guy.
Mr. Blobby is all that's coming to my mind.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Mr. Blobby.
Okay, I know Mr. Blobby. I don't know specifically what you're talking about.
Mr. Blobby, there was like a doll that was set that kind of looked like Mr. Blobby,
Right.
and in one test room, they brought in an adult. The adult was aggressive towards the doll.
Okay.
And then left the room, and then the kids were aggressive towards the doll. And in the second room, the adult was really nice to the doll, and then the kids were really nice to the doll, and it was that thing of like nature versus nurture again, of like, is this a learned behaviour?
Yeah.
Like how much of what we of who we are and what happens is learned behaviour versus how much of it is like instinctual and like actually. It's all very interesting. I don't know why I brought that one up. I just think it.
No, it is really
I just like
interesting.
psychology. There was also like Zimbardo. Yep, that was the Staten Police one. I think I'm saying all the wrong words, but I'm definitely talking about the right experiment.
Right.
So it definitely was Zimbardo. So they got college students and put them into a prison and said, you guys are the prisoners, you guys are the police officers, and kind of left them in there. I don't know how long. And there's like it was a Stanford prison experiment. I knew it wasn't Staten. It was a Stanford prison experiment. So they put them into the prison and gave them these roles, and they ended up that the people who were betraying the police officers, despite the fact that they weren't, started to like become more authoritarian and forgot that I actually think it's been discarded and that it might not actually be true now.
Right.
The issue with a lot of psychological experiments back in the day is that now they're like either been told that they're unethical or that there was lies in it and the test subject wasn't right. I suppose that is literally just what science is about. But basically the idea was that the people who were in the roles of the police officers became more acting like actual police officers versus and were like aggressive towards the people who were playing the prisoners.
Okay.
And it was just got taken too far. And it's that idea, if you're given power, you'll then behave in you'll be more volatile in the essence of power, or in the illusion that you've got power, despite the fact that they were all from the same college class. But I'm sure that there was something about that. Maybe you'll know, audience, about the issues with the Stanford prison experiment. If you want to list them down below, that would be great, because I can't remember. But there is like a film and stuff about it, but I never watched the film.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
That is really interesting. But yeah, I do wonder, like, and like, will that change as time goes on? Like, I'm like my dad now, but will I always be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's interesting doing something and then going, whoa.
Yeah.
That is just them. That is literally them.
It must have been a few months ago now. I can't even remember what it was, but I was saying bye to you at work, I think, and I don't think you were very well. Oh, I remember now. And I said something. So you must have said something about like you're not well because you keep coughing or something.
Right.
There was a whole thing about it, right?
A whole thing. So.
Yeah. No, I was being. We were both being a whole thing. And before I left, I went, well, just stop coughing. And as soon as I said it, I went, I can't believe you've just said that. That's what he would have said.
Did I respond to that?
Well, you went, you're really annoying. And I was like, I can't believe it. Like, that is exactly something he would have said, and I would have went, shut up. Like, just shut up. Yeah.
What's your Brains Unpicked?
So it's a quite a short one. I was driving the other day and I looked up and I saw, you know, with like the pylons with the massive, I don't know if it's like phone wires or electricity cables or whatever, and all the birds were sat on it, like that animated short, that Pixar. Have you ever seen that? I think it was before Monsters Inc. or something, where all the birds are sat on the line and one of them moves up, or like,
I might have done. I really feel like I need to sneeze.
Look up to the light.
Is that going to make me sneeze?
Yeah, it should.
It's not working.
Oh.
Oh, do you know what it is? Cutting the grass really messed up my hay fever, and then I waited too late in the day today to take a hay fever tablet, and I am struggling.
That was silly.
Anyway, back to you.
Silly Billy. Yeah, well, there's this Pixar animated short. Pixar animated short. I'm sure it was before Monsters Inc., where all these birds are sitting on the big cable between the pylons.
Birds sat on my window. Don't need to worry. Girl, put your records on. Play me your favorite song. Your head down.
Nice.
That'll get cut out. I love being the editor.
What am I talking
I'm
about?
so sorry, I keep distracting you.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I've just made it. This is a Zoe episode. It's just about
It's
me.
all good.
I can only apologise.
It's about me, actually.
Yeah, Pixar with the birds.
Yeah, so I looked up and there's like, so in the short, all these birds are like talking to each other, and then
Right.
one of them wants the other one to budge up, and it won't,
Right.
and like it's a whole thing. But I looked up and it was like actually like that, and I just always think of that anytime I see it. But it just made me think, before, if that's a regular thing that they're all sat across these wires all the time, well, not all
Wires.
the time, wires.
People, I don't know if this is an Aberdonian thing, by the way, right? I will let you finish your story.
Will I ever?
But you all say, like, Ayer's really funny. It's, like, very, country.
Well, I'm from the country.
Yeah, but, like, it's not just you.
Ding-a-ling-dong, ding-a-ling-dong.
It's very much like cider. It's like that, but like the Scottish version, and it's all like fire and
What do you say?
wire. I say it like
Wire.
R. I say
Wire.
R. I say R, and we use our like ire. You say ire like ire, and I say like.
Well,
R.
isn't there a word ire, and it's spelled like ire?
I don't know, but it sounds funny. Just in case anyone wants to comment on it and make fun of Rose for the way that she says ire, please join in. Or the way that I say it, I suppose. But I think that I say it funny. I think that mine makes sense to my accent and to my face and my body.
But mine doesn't.
No, it doesn't make sense to anything that like. It's just like a really weird thing that you do, and I'm like, where did that come from? It
Right.
doesn't make sense to anything else. Like the way that you speak about anything else.
Okay.
And then you're like wire.
Liar.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm actually bored of what I was trying to talk about. I don't know if I actually want to speak about it. I've been interrupted so many times. I actually can't be arsed finishing what I was trying to say.
I'm so sorry.
I really didn't have that big of a point, and now it's gone on so long that it's just going to be even more disappointing. So
Do it, and I won't speak. I won't. I'll say nothing.
I actually don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
The bird's on the wire. I'm so sorry.
Well, just like where were they all sitting that had them all content and in a row, and where they could all speak to them before the pylons and the wires?
The trees.
Yeah, but the trees weren't big enough for them all to sit in a row and be friends.
But they would all be on levels. Also, tree branches are really long.
They're not as long as that.
Yeah, but they would all just.
Yeah, but that's not as fun. Like, they're just sat there not getting to enjoy any of the...
No, but when you sit at a long table, when you go for a dinner, like a work night dinner or something, and you're all sat at a big long table, it's awful to try and speak to
Yeah, but they're
everybody.
all like passing it along like it's like a game of whispers, and they're getting to have fun.
That sounds like my worst nightmare.
Well,
At least if you're at levels, like, you can be talking to Steve while I'm talking to Jane, and then we can swap over.
but you could also swap on the wire.
You're right. You are right.
Yeah. But also, didn't seem worth it now, did it?
I'm sorry. Listen, sometimes, most of the time, I am the problem. Would you like to move on to The Little Book of Something?
I would love to. I
The
can't
Little
wait.
Book of Something.
Something in the little book of something.
Woo. We change the jingle every week.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back to cults again.
Ooh.
Because I enjoyed the stuff that we're talking about in cults, and I thought it was quite interesting. Cults are interesting. And it matches in with the whole kind of little psychology thing of my Brains Unpicked anyway.
I like
so
it.
we're going to, if you remember in the last episode when I talked about cults, I said that there's kind of different types of cults, and I thought that we could dive into doomsday cults today.
Ooh.
So I imagine you know what doomsday is, and what a doomsday cults
Can't
might
wait
be.
for it to happen.
Woo! We're waiting. But I'm going to explain it anyway. So doomsday cults are driven by the conviction that at the end of the world is imminent. Some of these cults will suggest how and when the world will end, whether that is apocalyptic, nuclear, or catastrophic end. I will never beat the allegations that I can't read.
You're basically Scotland's answer to Leah Michelle.
Catastrophic end to civilization. Often their members believe that joining the cult will save them from the end of civilization as we know it. So that's the kind of idea behind it. It's not always just like it's not always just apocalyptic stuff and people gathering pins kind of thing. Don't say it. Don't say it. So, go say it.
I just see her there with the shotgun.
We have a friend who's
gardening her beans.
We have a friend who's a bit of a doomsday prepper.
But she exposed herself as one by accident.
She's also a bit of a conspiracy theorist, so I don't know why you're surprised. So, I'm going to talk through an example of one. Now, this, I will preface that this story is very tragic.
Oh no, right. Deep breath, I'm going to be serious. I can do it.
It's not best that we're in a giggly mood, but an example of this is Heaven's Gate. Have you heard of Heaven's Gate?
I think I have heard of Heaven's Gate.
Oh, okay.
I think, but
it's quite
just remind me.
It's quite a popular one in America. So it was formed by Marshall Applewhite and Bonnie Lou Nettles, who went on to call themselves Bo
What a
and Peep.
pair of names.
They went on to call themselves Bo and Peep, and then like Toe and D. I don't really listen from the get-go. Issues here, do you know what I mean?
And you expect me not to laugh?
You don't need to laugh yet, but when you get to the end, you will feel bad for laughing. And they told their followers that they were extraterrestrial beings in human form who were brought to Earth to bring people to a higher level existence called the next level, right? And I think that Marshall Applewhite, it kind of came, he met her, and just this is when it like all just catapulted. Like he believed that they were these extraterrestrial beings and blah 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 blah, right? They believed that the end of the earth was upon us and that it would become recycled and that people could only survive if they were ready to be something more and come with them to the next level. So they were very much like put out videos of come and join us, we will save you and take you to the next level, which is out of this earth. The earth will come to an end at some point. It will be. There's more out there and you're actually not meant to be here. You're supposed to abandon your human form. In order to prep for this, so part of the kind of doomsday prep around this was followers were told there was to be no sex, no family, no possessions, no attachments, and they had to rid themselves of all human flaws. They all wore matching outfits and took new names, and it has been said that everything after Bonnie died changed within the cult. So it wouldn't be called a cult back then, but at the time, now it's very much culty. So Bonnie died of natural causes in 1985, and Applewhite believed that she ascended before them, and the natural causes was evidence that it was true, but she ascended before them and left her human form behind, and everything in the cult after that started to get dark. But because Bonnie had died, a lot of the followers started to leave during this time because they started to become skeptical of the whole thing. They were like, well, how she died of natural causes, and like because he started to change a lot of things, people started to become uncomfortable, and so there was a bit of a mass leaving. And things started to get dark, rules started to change, and one of the big rules started to become reaching salvation will require death, and that people had to get ready to leave their bodies behind when it was time. So it all came to a tragic end in 1997. Marshall believed that a flying saucer was travelling behind the Hale-Bopp or Halley-Bopp comet that would take them all. They bought things like telescopes to look at it, and then the telescopes, they would return the telescopes to say that they were faulty because they couldn't see it, and that this was beyond the human eye to see this kind of spaceship that was flying behind it, and that spaceship would take them to the next level. So in the days running up to this in 1997, and apparently this comet was massive, like it was like a really unusually bright comet, so it was like a big historical thing, and it very much got tainted by this event. They started to record goodbye videos, they left instructions for the media, and then in groups over several days, 39 of the members committed suicide in order to leave their bodies behind to go to the next level, to be taken with this comet passing. So that's a very tragic, sad bit. And it was a former member who found one of the bodies. No, that found all of the bodies, because they were all in like a mansion somewhere. And basically he got letters through the door about how to tell the press about them ascending or something like that, and he went to the house and he found all the bodies, and then it became like a massive media news story.
Is this the one where they were all in... This is maybe not it, but there's one where they're like all in their beds and they're all wearing the same outfit. Yeah.
So they're all wearing the exact same black outfit, the same black Nike shoes. They were all in like bunk beds and stuff, and with plastic bags over their head. And they'd taken like a combination of like stuff with like vodka and apple juice and some sort of probably poison and things like that. Like it's horrific.
Yeah, awful.
Like really, really bad. However, my question to you is, what would be your doomsday prep, and what do you think that doomsday will be? So sorry to change the tone. That's why I preface it is tragic.
Yeah.
And actually a lot of the stuff that goes in cults is tragic.
Yeah.
However,
this is not a tragic show.
No. And I do want to touch on what you would be doing for your doomsday prep. So obviously theirs was like changing their names, giving up all human flaws and leaving their families behind and doing everything expected of them by Mr. Applewhite.
Yeah. Okay. What do I imagine doomsday?
Yeah, what are your prep and what is your doomsday going to be? It's going to be a long episode.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, the only doomsday that's come into my mind is Ragnarok for some reason. And I just think everything, all the Norse stuff's gonna come out to play, and it's just gonna be fire and blood and like lots of battles, and like the sea's gonna take over, and I don't know how I would prep for that. I feel like Tins of Beans not going to cover that.
Tins of Beans will not cover that.
No, it's not going to cover a massive serpent coming out of the sea.
Do you believe that, like, see if you knew that Doomsday was definitely coming, do you think that you would end up in one of these kind of cult type situations where you just fully believed it and you just committed to what they said?
See,
or do you care about all that?
I don't think I care about all of that. And also, if I knew categorically that a doomsday was coming, I just don't want to survive it. Like, I just don't. I don't believe. Like, I couldn't believe that I'm gonna be going somewhere better. I wouldn't know how to prepare for that. And also, at the risk of like it doesn't wipe everyone out, I don't want to be one of the ones that survive and have to like...
I just think that I would be taking out, like, if it's like confirmed definitely big doomsday vibes, I think I would just be buying like getting the biggest loans out I possibly could. That was a burp inside of my body.
It never came out.
No, it did not. I would be buying, like, I'd be getting out loans, I'd be buying like the biggest mansion or something, and I would just be hosting like a big roaring party. And just have a big doomsday party. And for the people that are like, I don't really want to be through this, to be honest. Obviously, if people are wanting to prep and want to crack on, want to survive, I don't think they'll want to come to the party.
No.
But as someone who doesn't really care if they're going to survive it, I'm just going to throw a massive gaff.
Yeah, and you know what? That'd be great, because when you're just starting to feel hungover and you're rough, before that fully sets in, doomsday, and you don't feel it.
Part of a lifetime.
Yeah,
that you
go
know
out on a high.
You go out on a high, and if you do kick around and you do decide to end up kicking around, you can go. At least you've got people around you to try and survive with. Do you know what I mean? There's a community there of people. You can try and survive with them. If you don't, you just die and you just accept, and you go out in style because you were in a big party.
Yeah, but no, I don't think again, I know we've said multiple times, like you talk about like a cult could never get you, but like they get you when you're at your lowest. I feel like I'd have to be really mentally unwell for someone to start telling me, oh, doomsday's coming and you need to prepare in all these ways and then you're gonna ascend to this level, for me to be like, yeah, I want a bit of that.
Yeah, I just don't think I've lost my cushion. I think that I'm too cynical.
Yeah.
Is the issue really? Is I just don't care to go anywhere else.
No.
I'm like, listen, this is the life we've been dealt. It's crap. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I don't care anyway.
Yeah. And you know what? Why not? I would be like, why not wipe the lot of us off? I would. And then hopefully something new can never.
I would wipe us off.
Yeah. Just wipe us off the face of the earth. And then
reset it.
Maybe something better will come of it. Welcome to the Worry Hour. I'm your host, Rose, and this is my co-host, Zoe. In tonight's Worry Hour, I take your worries, no matter how ridiculous anyone may think them to be, and worry them for you, so you never have to worry them again. And Zoe's going to give us some of her thoughts as well.
Worry.
So, having your worries worried for you may result in the sensation of feeling lighter, having less nervy poos, and the most peaceful night's sleep of your life. However, yeah.
I'm just going to come in with some ad libs. Don't mind me.
Brilliant. However, the Worry Hour makes no guarantee and T's and C's may apply. So if you're still having nervy poos, don't come crying to us.
T's and C's include crying, sweating, crying, sweating, crying, sweating, sweating, crying, crying and sweating, poo, discomfort all round, and anxiety. We cannot prevent any of these things, but we are trying to relieve them. More T's and C's apply. Please check our website. Thank you.
Beautiful. So we've got our first worry of the evening. It comes from Erin. So Erin's been worried about packing for her holidays.
Quite right.
Yeah. She says, I'm always worried when I go on holiday that I've not packed enough pants. And even though I don't habitually ship my pants in daily life, I think if I don't pack 2 times the amount of pants for every day I'm away, that I will spontaneously ship myself.
She might.
Do you know what, Erin? You must have known that I worry about this constantly. Well, not constantly, but every upcoming trip. I also think about it. And my advice to Erin would be pack as much pants as you possibly can. Pack the whole underwear drawer.
Yeah.
Just
no need to worry if you've got plenty.
Yeah.
They're
don't
small
listen.
enough to fit in a bag.
Yeah. Don't listen to anyone that tells you, "Oh, you're not gonna shit yourself."
You might.
They don't know that. Pack the pants. Have the peace of mind. And yeah, if you're going away for 5 days, you need bare minimum 14 pairs of pants. I'm telling you. It's pants. They don't take up that much room in a suitcase. Yeah. So at the end of the day, what's the worst that's going to happen? If she comes home and she hasn't shit herself like 3 times a day, every day that she's been away, she's just going to put all the clean pants back in the clean pants drawer. And no one's going to say anything about it.
Okay.
And you're going to go back on with your daily life where you hopefully don't continue to shit yourself.
Conversely, I would still wash them anyway, but moving on.
What, even if they've not been used?
Anything that I take away with me on holiday gets washed regardless of if I wear it or not when I come back.
That's wild. Because you have enough washing to
But
do.
it's been in a bag.
Okay.
Moving on.
I was not expecting that. Consider that worried, Erin. Someone else said, I worry on a weekly basis that I have booby cancer.
Girl, same.
You and me both.
These tatas get a good massage just to check.
But do you know what? My worry here is that I don't know what, like, does anyone really know what they're checking for? Because boobs are lumpy.
Yeah. My advice is take regular pictures of your boobs in a locked note.
Okay.
And then you might notice any changes.
Okay, there you go. That's good. I would
Going
have thought
from a personal
that I would,
experience.
as a worrier, I would just continue to worry about it. If I'm honest, I would worry about like whether or not I have all the lumps in my boobs are just cancerous, or if I feel a lump and I'm not sure if that's there, and then I feel the other side, I'm like, well, it's on the other side, it must be normal, and then I would trick myself into thinking, well, what if I have symmetrical cancer on both boobs? Do you know what I mean? So yeah, leave that with me. I'll continue to worry about that more. I've worried about it before and I'll worry about it again, so that's off your conscience. In Belfast, Joy has been worrying about dying alone naked in the shower.
Oh, I've had that one.
Yeah.
Many a time.
Yeah. I surprisingly hadn't.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've thought about what would happen. Well, this is why I don't sleep naked, because what if somebody just came in, or like what if a fire happened? But I've never actually thought about what happens if I just died in the shower. But I will continue to.
That's a new worry
from
for
now
you.
on. Yeah, it is a new worry. So don't worry, Joy. That's mine now.
You can't have it.
You can't have it. It's gone. What if I've lost the plot? There's lots to unpack with that one. Like, how long are you going to be there before anyone comes to find you? What if you're all
if you smell like
bloated?
damp?
Smell of damp, or just death.
The electricity bill.
Is the shower still running? Have you like flooded the bathroom? Like, what if you fall over the plug hole, and then you just flood the place?
Do you have pets? Do they break in
yeah.
and eat you?
Yeah. Who's busting the door down? Are they busting the door down? Can they get it down? Have they had to call the police? Have they had to get the letting agency to let them in, and then it's just strangers that see you?
Have you shaved?
Yeah. What state is like what?
Were you mid-shave?
Yeah.
Tragic.
Oh, maybe they cut an artery.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at least you're dead. Do you know what I mean? You're not going to see the aftermath of this. You're not going to know. And you just have to hope for a swift death, so that you're not lying there for ages thinking, oh my God, I'm dying and someone's going to find me like this. You can't have that being your last thought. So
but you can't worry anymore. It's gone.
Yeah.
Rose has
goodbye.
consumed that worry.
Yes. Someone else said, I'm worried I'm going to get to my wedding and no one is going to be there. This is a big one. I'd wake up in a cold sweat.
Do you know, that's not a worry I've ever thought about.
No, I've never thought that myself, but it is a big one. You're all psyched up, the doors are thrown open, your song's on, you're away to walk down the aisle, and there's nobody there. Not a soul. Not your partner, not anyone.
It would have been a tragic accident. There's no way that would ever happen.
Surely. Not everyone's set out to humiliate
it's
you.
It's not a worry
such
that you even need, because it's a scenario that could never happen.
No, it couldn't. No.
However,
if it were, it's only going to happen to me. It's not going to happen to you. And in that scenario, I would rather no one was there than I got in and my partner was there and their whole side was there, but not a single soul had showed up for me. Because they'd all be looking at you like, oh my God, nobody loves her.
Yeah, I say crack on with the wedding.
But you would crack on knowing that nobody cared about you. But you would also be thinking, what if a tragic accident has happened to all of my family and friends?
Yeah. My thing is, if you were really, really worried about no one showing up, no one showed up on the day, it would just affirm everything that you needed to know about everyone that you near and dearest love. Yeah. And now, this is just I hate everybody party.
Yeah,
for
that's
one.
True.
And you just get revenge on everyone by having the best night of your life.
Agreed. And I would also say, if
a lot of steak pie to eat, do you know what I mean?
A lot of cake, a lot of booze.
Oh,
brilliant.
Booze.
Yeah. I would
Party
also
on.
prefer that I was left at the altar before either of those scenarios happened.
Oh, really? I'd rather be no one turned up than be left at the altar.
No, I think I would. Do you know what? I think I would like to leave someone at the altar.
Well, that's a new worry.
Anyway.
For anyone with pros.
I'm not going to worry that one, because that'll just be... Yeah. So that brings us to the end of the Worry Hour. I've been your host, Rose.
I've been your co-host, Zoe.
And we've worried your worries for you. So I hope you feel that your worry has been adequately worried. You may stop worrying now. Thanks to everyone who submitted their worries. And don't worry if your worry hasn't been worried today. We will get to it eventually, as soon as possible. As per usual, T's and C's do apply. Would you like to do the T's and C's
T's
again?
and C's include crying, sweating, crying, sweating, sweating, crying, crying, sweating, sweating, crying, bubbly belly, anxiety, nervy poos, and other elements that may be seen on our website. Thank you.
Please get in touch if you would like to have your worry worried. Zoe, do your thing.
This brings us to the end of Brains Unpicked, episode 22. Thank you for joining us. If you have anything nice to say, if you have any worries, if you have any thoughts on family dynamics, or if you have any thoughts on cults, please leave some comments down below. Or email us at brainsunpicked@gmail.com. Or if you are watching us on social media, then you would already know what our handle is. But if you're not watching watching on social media, get there. It's Brains Unpicked Pod on Instagram and TikTok. We are not on Facebook. We are not on LinkedIn. We are not on X because X should burn. And we are also not on Threads.
Yes.
Or Blue Sky, but we
No.
might venture onto some other platforms at some point, but that's not the point. The point is follow us, like us, subscribe, hate us, whatever, and we will see you next time. Bye.